Hello everybody, I am the Turtle and welcome back to yet another video. Today I thought it would be interesting to look at Chivalry 2 yet again, but this time we're looking at their E3 roundup, because they do tell a little bit more information about everything. And I'm a little bit sorry about how I sound today. It's a little bit more bass than usual, but that is simply because in the past few days it hasn't been any videos. I'm sorry about that. I haven't been completely, what do you say, up to touch. I haven't been completely in shape in health care wise. So finally now I have a little bit more energy to do so, and my vocals are a bit relaxed today, so that's why we have more bass than usual. Right, so let's go down here. In this little roundup, they do talk about some other maps, modes, combat, story and voice commands. Story and voice commands. Genre competition and epic store exclusivity. Now this is a bit interesting, because now we can actually see their answers to why epic store exclusivity. Probably money, but we'll see. And we'll get to see some the genre competition. This is also going to be interesting, because we all know Mordhau, you know? You've probably seen Mordhau on this channel, haven't you? And also thank you very much for 600 subscribers. If you unsubscribe now, I will find you, and I will kill you. Just a joke though, or is it? Right, maps and modes. The most common response we've learned from the community is that people are excited to see the huge maps and scale we're bringing to Chivalry 2. Straight out of the key movie scene inspirations like Battle of the Bastards or the Battle of the Helm's Deep. Team Objective mode is back, and bigger, better than ever. The castle seen briefly in the announcement trailer, it's the smallest castle in the game. And when we look at the gif of where they're sieging the castle, yes, it doesn't look that huge. I mean, people might say, oh, it looks huge. Well, it doesn't. When you look at the comparison of the people outside the gate, you fit 4 people across the main gates, so yeah, it doesn't look massive. At the end of a Team Objective mode match, we want you to feel like you've just gone through the best battle scenes of high-budget medieval movie. These are sprawling maps and tell a narrative in multiplayer by having teams move through huge environments across multiple stages and changing objectives. In a single map, you might be killing peasants, burning houses, smashing gates down with a battering ram, and killing the king or nobles. Players will experience a fluid cinematic experience, from the feeling of swinging a sword to riding into village on horseback. I will say though, Chivalry does have good atmosphere. The team objective modes felt really cool, because it did progress, like pushing a cart of dead people into the water reservoir and then going to kill, you know, the king's family or something. They were hiding in like these bunkers. That's pretty cool. But now, what we've all been waiting for. The combat. We know you guys are hungry for more information about Chivalry 2's combat system. Yes please, I want to see more of that. We want to assure that when we properly reveal the combat system, it will be absolutely worth the wait. The announcement trailer was meant to tease to get people excited about the news of Chivalry 2 coming. There is so much more for us to share in the time before launch in 2020. We have redesigned the combat animation and movement systems from the ground up. A core focus has been ensuring that combat feels fast, fluid, and looks real. Looks like real sword fighting. As a 64-player game, it's also a system built around being able to take multiple foes, not just for dueling, though dueling is incredibly fun too. Looking back on a nearly 7-year-old game, we agree with how much the community views the faults of the first title. Attacks on Chivalry 2012 could feel at times a bit clunky and hard to read. Not to mention the crazy ballet moves that players discovered were possible. We're making sure that doesn't happen again. Chivalry 2 has a brand new combat, and our team has done everything that we can to make sure every action is physical, feels fair, and readable to other players. Even more exciting, there is also massively enhanced moveset that will give veterans even more control over their weapons. We'll have much more information in the coming months about the new tools at their disposal. Spear plant dropkicks. Spear plant dropkick. Why the hell did I read that so weird? Alright, so the combat, they still doesn't they don't say anything new here, which is a bit sad. Come on. And one thing that is a bit I mean, Tornbanner, I have to say this again. What? You could have fixed the first game. Make, for example, so damage isn't full damage until it reaches a certain speed, like a weapon. So if somebody did the ballet moves, they would only do like 1 damage, because the attack literally just started, instead of full damage. Then again, you know, it will be interesting to see how the combat looks, because so far it doesn't look like real sword fighting. At least so far as I've seen, it doesn't look like real sword fighting. But one thing that I do like about this section is here, this little part right here. On top of more control and fluidity, the battle will also provide even more opportunities to die like a hero. And this is where I'm gonna shine, like, trust me, goddamn. Chop off limbs or be heavily wounded and still manage to continue fighting as you bleed out. Knock foes to the ground before going for the old double tap dismemberment to make sure they never get back up again. Chivalry 2 shares the traditional FPS mechanical foundation you've grown to know and love over the years. But at its core, it will be a vastly improved and more fluid player experience than anything people have fought with before. Okay, now we're just repeating ourselves. Let's see, is there anything new here? In this little segment here, they're kind of justifying that, you know, they sort of say, oh yeah, it's great that we have competition, but Chivalry is going to be a true sequel rather than a huge competitor. Huge competitor. And I think it is cool that they are not focusing on trying too hard to be like a Mordhau competitor. I think it's good that they're trying to rather improve what they already have. In my opinion, I enjoy that they're going to be different, because I think that'll bring some more, you know, some more variety to the genre, instead of just having slash, overhead, stab, feint, chamber, blah, 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 blah. It's cool to have some differences in some games. Right. For some reason, the Epic Store exclusivity is a bit weird to me, because it comes off really odd, because when they talk about our decision to make Chivalry 2 an Epic Store exclusive for the first year, but the main thing we wanted to emphasize the decision was entirely about making the best game possible, because money, nothing else than money, alright? Because if they said, oh yeah, we don't want to launch in a shitty Epic Game Store like it is right now. We want to launch in a better Epic Game Store later. But you know, it's been such a great time working with Epic, and Chivalry was never a Steam game. You are a fool believing so we're gonna launch on Epic. I'm glad that Tornbanner found their solution to their, I don't know, how they wanted to make Chivalry 2, but then again, I feel obligated that I have to say that Tornbanner, you could have done Chivalry 3 by now. If you made Chivalry 2 in 2014, or like you started 2014, released it in 2016, this game here would be Chivalry 3. But what did we get in between instead? We got Mirage, Arcane Warfare. Very forgettable title, unfortunately, and confusion. To myself, I am confused to why this is happening so late. Anyways, I'd like to hear what you think down in the comments down below. Leave a like if you liked the video, and if you didn't like the video, be sure to let me know as well. Click the dislike button. If you haven't already joined the Discord, there's only a few roles left of Before 100 Subclub, which will be a very honorable time. You'll be a noble in the future on Discord if you join and you have your Before 100 Subclub house or something. Anyways, hopefully you had a great time. Thank you so much again for 600 subscribers. I'll try to get back on uploading a bit more frequently again. But my health is a bit in the, in the balance. It's a bit hard to say when it's gonna be better and worse days. Anyways, I'm the Turtle. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.